Well, hello guys, welcome back. So the videos for the next couple weeks are going to be really out of order and they're gonna not make sense, but welcome to Pick a Card with Jesus. You heard me right. Don't worry, Loki's on board with us, but the good Lord that I know really one doesn't need to be referred to as a Lord. He's okay with being an ascended master, just your best friend, my imaginary friend. Hey, he really doesn't mind. And this is not church Jesus. This is not worrying about your sins Jesus. This is fun Jesus that would never go to church. Maybe the UU, but probably not. Rather go to a theme park. So we are going to be doing Pick a Card with Jesus. As always, take this or any other pick a card you get with a grain of salt. And if you want to watch it for entertainment purposes, that is just fine. First deck is Angels of Abundance. That is the one that's going to be like, are you thinking about abundance and you want to ask Jesus? Perfect deck for you. Second one is going to be the daily guidance ones. Obviously, daily guidance. So if you want daily guidance, do that. And this is the deck he likes the most. I mean, this is a Jesus I experience. He likes a deck that has nothing to do with Jesus. I offered to buy those Jesus cards that they have, and he was like, absolutely not. So, I tried to talk him into that one, and he was like, no. So but if you guys ask really nice below, like, oh, don't you know, like Doreen did these Jesus cards, you gotta buy those, you have to. I've offered to buy other angel decks, but I'm dawdling. So, top deck, first deck, this is your Angels of Abundance. So if you want to deck one, let's take a look at your top card from Jesus. So, I got people gotta be giggling back here. It is safe for you to receive. So that is super, super sweet. Look at that. You've got the angel, you've got the dove, you've got the deer. It looks like it's set around Christmas. Oh my gosh, is that like a little wee tiny kitten? I'm almost legally blind, so I can't see, but it looks like a little wee kitten. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. So yeah, guys, a lot of times we don't want to receive. We close ourselves off to what Loki, Jesus, Buddha, the tree outside is trying to give to us. I got exactly. And, we're like, I don't want that because, sometimes we think, well, why take it anyhow? Because you're just going to take it away from me later. That, I just don't want abundance to come to me. I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy. A lot of us have that as a hangover from having been raised Christian. You can be open to abundance. It's safe. It's not a trick. It's not Loki or Jesus or anyone tricking you. It's not the devil, trying to come at you. It's okay. It's okay to receive, guys. It really is. It's not a trick. You're not going to get hurt by it. It's not greedy to open up your arms to receive things that the gods are trying to get to you. As Loki has told me, as Jesus would tell me, as anyone will tell you, they can't give us a blessing we won't receive. So just think of that. Think of being receptive, like these animals are being receptive and trusting, and they're taking whatever blessings and yummies they can get. Be receptive. I got very good back here. I did want to become a priest, so I know a couple things. Abundance mindset. So this is really, really good, and this is really, really important. And we've been talking about Jesus wanting me to see him as an ascended master. So this is like right up that alley of, look at that. It looks like the chakras, right? So, if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. And this is very true. I found that when abundance flows, it flows because Loki and I will do the silly candle in incense, and I will start thinking, it's already here. It's already here. It's already here. I already have it. And I got, go one up, please. I'm looking at that card too, and I'm like, yes, you need this. I think you guys really need this positivity, faith, and optimism. I think we all need this right now. Thank you, Lord. And I got it doesn't have to be Lord. Old habits are gonna die hard. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path you are on. keep the faith and keep going. So the Lion in the Lamb, and I chose the Lion in the Lamb for my thing for the series and for the meditation. And I'm going to take that as a good sign for me and for you guys as well. Again, if you guys aren't working with Jesus, that's fine, but keep the faith in Loki. Keep the faith in yourself and keep going. So, deck number 2, our daily guidance. Yep. Your first card is going to be Innocence. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Somebody went to the UU. Um, Give us your feelings of heaviness so that we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy peace within your heart once more. And I will tell you what, guys, it's kind of like spooky in a good way, because I just got from a reader I like, just got about Raphael and Jesus coming in about forgiveness, about how a lot of us are going through, because everybody's so stressed out, a lot of us are going through the same thing I'm going through currently. And we have to forgive people. It was not like don't set boundaries, but it was like we have to forgive people. You can forgive people and set boundaries, but let go of all that negative emotion. I know you feel like you're letting people get away with stuff. That's how I'm currently feeling. But Jesus has been like, until you let it go, you don't heal. You're wounded. You're the one who's wounded. You're hurting yourself, because your anger is not jumping out of your body and going and hurting the other person. It's hurting you. It's hurting your health. Okay, so don't hate other people. Let it go. I know it's hard, especially with how cruel some people are getting lately, but let it go, and try to stay away from places that are, making you feel worse instead of better. I mean, especially now, guys, get all the love and good vibes you can. Bottom of the deck is See Only Love. See, I didn't see these yet either. I swear to the gods, I did not see these yet. See Only Love. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings and see only the love within each person, including yourself. So that's kind of that Buddhist God is everyone and everything around us. Like God is everything, like all the gigas and all the butterflies and me in this camera and you guys. So that means that deep down, sometimes that God is there and God is love. God is nothing but love. So even with the worst people, there is some good somewhere in them. Even if they're never going to show it to you, there is good and there is love in them. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. For one, it helps to heal you. For two, it kind of, it can kind of affect the other person. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't set up healthy boundaries, and this doesn't mean that we let abusive people back into our life. Never, ever, 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 my dears. But it does mean that you can forgive people if you ever feel called to, and that you can love them, but from a distance, from a healthy distance. Some people you love from a couple states or a continent away, but I got preach it. But see only the love. There is something and or someone lovable underneath all the horrible things even the worst person on this planet has done. It has just been buried for some reason, and there's a saying that if we could just see our worst enemies past, we would cry tears of compassion. So try to focus on that. So here we go. We have the Jennifer Sands cards. These are the ones he likes. The Jesus I work with wants to go to new age shops, wants to go to thrift stores, wants to go to the beach with you, wants to hang out. This is the Jesus that is just all fun. None of the heavy stuff. None of the heavy stuff. So top card is... Oh, I have my deck upside down. I got back there. I got back there. This way you know it's real and it's me talking to you. You will understand when you see next week's reading. Okay, Mel. Negative. Okay. Selfish, insensitive, greedy, miserly, controlling, arrogant, Mr. Taker. Now, again, this was made a while ago, so the gender might be off, but Mr. Taker is always in all of our lives at times, you know. Mr. Taker can be a boss, a lover, a friend, a child, you know, someone in our life who is just take, 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 and never gives. You know, people that you are just in despair of, because I had a lot of relatives like this. No matter what you do, it's never good enough, right? I could tell you horror stories about how my mom was in the hospital. I cooked Thanksgiving dinner all on my own. First time I ever did it. My mom's dying in the hospital. Walk it up, even though I'm disabled and can hardly walk. Walked it up this hill. Gave it to my grandmother, and the first thing she did was hop on the horn and, you know, to her friend about how it wasn't good enough, and I gave her nearly nothing. She got most of her turkey. We had hardly anything to eat ourselves, but that was the kind of kind of woman she was. So, you know, we've all known a Mr. Taker. We've all known someone who is like that, that they are just the black hole that no matter what you throw in, they're not good enough. If you can't avoid, treat them like a toxin and have as little contact as possible. If you can't avoid, I would suggest you do. You can love people from a distance. Even Jesus Becker, like the gods are not asking us, and that's one of the things you have to watch out for in the new age. The gods are not asking us to let abusers back into our life. Just to be clear, gods are not asking you to do that. Gods are not asking you to hug Jack the Ripper. They are not. They're like, no, girl, go the other way, is what the gods are saying. So bottom is life's journey about balance. We've been getting this so much lately, but I think we all need balance now because I think the world is just so crazy and like jangly right now. I think we can all use the balance. Moderation and harmony. Strive for balance in your life and emotions. Avoid extremes. Promotion, success after elimination of previous errors, balance. So I am thinking I need to hear this card too because we're like I don't know. I was like, do I need to get like one of those Vegas card shufflers or something? But you know, maybe the balance we need here is a balance within ourselves. Of you know, like for me, it's been I know I'm probably going to lose viewers, but not keeping Jesus kind of in the background and never talking about him has been really liberating. Because it was like I was interacting with him every day. I was going to him for advice, but I was never talking about him like, oh, I can't talk about him. And I kept making excuses like, well, some people don't want to hear about him. I'm clearly, if I'm reading Oracle cards, I'm not talking about fundamentalist Jesus. Yeah, I think I know that. I was like, oh, people don't want to hear about him. You know, people have trauma. You know, I have trauma too, but I decided that the church doesn't own Jesus and he was my best friend growing up, and I'm not going to let them keep my best friend. So, you know, we hope you guys have enjoyed that one. Jesus has been tickled pink to do this, and again, Jesus back here. So they're being silly. If you let Loki and Jesus get together, they are a ton of fun, and they have actually both been after me for years to do this, and I said that's fine. So, you know, I that's fine. You know what I mean? I'd be more than happy to do it. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.